Hey everybody, it is another episode of Miracle Moments with Michael. I am so excited for today and to introduce you guys to my wonderful guest today. We're just going to wait for her to come on. And hi, Marius. And we're going to wait for her to come on and we're going to bonjour. Hello, guys. How are ya? We're just going to wait for our dear friend Fran to come on and we're going to have a really fun conversation about mind, body, and spirit. And I'm really looking forward to it. And so we're just going to give her a little time to come on. And it's going to be a fun time. We're going to talk about the projects that she's working on, Corona Care for You, her Cancer Schmancer campaign. I've been watching her series and it's been really fun. And I think it's going to be a really enlightening episode. And to hear the answers that she's going to give us about what is a miracle, what are her spiritual practices these days, what is love, what is fear, and what inspires her. Paula, my friend Paula in LA says she's never on time. That's okay. We love her all the same. And I have to say that I'm really enjoying this series that I kind of just made up to talk about spirit and well-being and health. I have learned so much from these 6 guests that I have had: Katie Rail and Elizabeth Parkinson and Johnny Kalinowski and Felipe Figueroa. It's been really wonderful, and Tamara Meyer, I have so enjoyed speaking to them. I have learned so much from them already, and I am planning on continuing this series as I enjoy doing it so much. And I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Let me know with a little heart if you guys enjoy Miracle Moments. And I'm really looking forward to getting new guests, new perspectives. I have some ideas. I've put out some feelers out into the world of who to come up, who will come up. Will you be leaving this live up? Yes, I will be leaving this live up. Instagram has changed their status, so as soon as I finish, it will be in my stories. And Miss Fran is here, so let's invite her here and let's see what she has to say. Yeah, we're waiting. It's so exciting.
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
Bonjour.
gorgeous. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. All is well here. It's a beautiful day here by the beach in California,
How are you
and
enjoying your puppy? I want to hear all about your puppy.
I know. Well, I'm sure she'll come into it in a second, but yeah, my last dog was just very suddenly and abruptly had a stroke and
Yeah, I
died.
remember you telling me.
I know, you were so sweet. In the middle of the night when I would feel such sorrow, it was only, my friends in Europe that were awake to talk me off the ledge. And you
Well,
were one of them. You're
well,
so
thank you.
sweet.
Oh, well, I love and
Merci
adore you so very
beaucoup.
much.
Thank you.
Listen, I have to tell you, I'm super impressed with your Corona Care for You. I have been watching it and I love Dr. Pompa. I love Mark Hyman. I love those guys. And I think it's so incredible that you're putting that information out there for people. We really need that in this time.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you enjoy it, and I hope that all of your viewers go to cancerschmancer.org and check it out. Also, it's the series that I'm doing because I think that on the broadcasts on television and stuff, people are just getting a lot of fear-based news, and they
I
don't
agree
feel like
100%.
they don't feel like there's a lot that they could be doing for themselves to get healthy and prevent them from getting a very serious version of the virus should they come in contact with it. You know, over 90% of the people that contract it, have, live and get
Yes,
through it or are completely asymptomatic and
that
don't
is
even know
true.
that they have it. So, who are the people that are getting it and being hit very hard by it? Those are the people that are not healthy to begin
That's
with.
right. With these pre-existing
Conditions.
conditions. Yeah.
Yes.
And what I
And
find
also
really
just
interesting,
things that you wouldn't even think of, like being overweight
yeah, a little overweight or a lot overweight. Yeah.
or
And
being low in vitamin A or vitamin D3 or
yeah,
your vitamin C or
which is an epidemic, vitamin D3 right now, because now even more because we're in our little bubbles and we're not going outside, and it's
I
more
tell
important than ever.
everybody, get rid of your sunblock. You don't need it. What you need is fresh air and, the UV rays of the sun is not only very healthy for the human body, but it also stops the virus from proliferating.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, and I think
All
this is
these
really,
doctors that we brought on, Michael, are,
yeah,
giving us all kinds of amazing tips. They're not, like telling you just cower in the corner until there's a vaccine, because
yeah.
that's just ridiculous. We've got to have an exit strategy and get back to life in general. But I think that if we do nothing else, we need to look at the quality of our food, the air, the water, and the
Yes.
soil around us.
Well, I think that's also wonderful for you to say. And I was listening, I can't remember which episode, but you said it so beautifully. You said, we are shepherds of this planet. And I think that is one of the most key things, that we have to take care of the planet and the planet will take care of us. And it is
Yeah,
so, so
we
important.
started out that way, but somehow we've, moved so far away from, I think, our purpose on this planet. And it's really sad because, we went from being caregivers to being abusers.
That's right. That's right.
And ultimately, it comes back to bite us on our own ass.
Absolutely. I love the way you said it. And I think this is a perfect time to, you mentioned already about the other doctors on kind of mass media, as opposed to the doctors that you are showing on Corona Care for You, are feeding us fear. And we know for a fact that fear dampens our immune system. And I think that is where our kind of mind, body, spirit connection really comes into call. And that's why I was so excited to create something like this. And I'm so honored that you said yes to be on here with
Yeah,
us.
people don't realize that. And to have optimal health, it every day you have to try and balance your mind, body, and spirit.
Mm,
That's when everything is working in harmony. And that's a daily practice because
yeah.
we're
Oh,
surrounded
yes.
by interferences of all different kinds
That's right.
that
We are
challenge our
bombarded.
spirituality, challenge our health, the conditions of our environment, our
Hmm.
emotions. Every single day, one thing or another enters our world, and and is an interference. So we have to become kind of like the thermostat of our bodies
That's
and
right.
become hyper aware of what's creating dis-ease, and
Yes.
then dial it back, go inward, start being in gratitude and look around you and count your blessings and figure out what you may need to
Yeah.
fortify your immune system. You know, meditate or cooking or, you know, arranging flowers or taking a walk or, you know, just taking a nap or, you know, like brushing your pet is very
Yeah.
peaceful and relaxing.
Well, I think
Taking
pets are
vitamin
really,
C if you feel like you've been
yeah,
exposed to sick people is
yeah,
something that you should. You're in an elevator that somebody's coughing their head off, even before Corona. You got to
yeah,
say, hey, I better amp up on my antioxidant.
that's
I
right.
got to help my body help me.
Yeah. And I believe our thoughts are like also antioxidants. You know, we become what we believe, and our words have such power. And this kind of influx of fear, I'm saying fear is having its 15 minutes of fame. And we need to say, okay, it's over. You get no more time. And so we reinforce our inner and outer world. So I'm going to ask you our little 4 questions, okay?
Okay, thank
So
you.
so this is called miracle moments. So I want to know, what is a miracle for you?
Oh, you know, I mean, when I see wild dolphins out in the ocean in my backyard, to me, that's like a miracle.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, being
Nature
able to
is
FaceTime my parents who live 3,000 miles away and that
totally,
we're
yeah.
all alive in the age when I can do that is a miracle.
Yes. I remember being a kid and watching the Jetsons and thinking, would I ever be able to talk to people like that? And here we are by magic.
I know, it's just incredible. Now, when you look at me, is my head in the right direction or,
No, you're like this.
oh, so maybe I should turn this horizontally, I think.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be able to, I think this thing maybe loosens it. No, that's the swivel. Maybe I
Now
could
you're
just
right side up.
tip it like, but that's weird. I have a new thing. Oh, you should have said something.
That's okay. You were looking as gorgeous as ever. It didn't matter.
Thank you. And you're as
So
cute as I
now, I love that nature is to you a miracle, and
Oh,
that I
without
think,
question.
yeah,
Nature
and
is so fortifying to me, so enriching, and you know, God is an acronym for great outdoors.
oh, I never heard that. You just taught me something. That's great. The great outdoors. Well, I also know that something like grounding, you know, like actually touching the soil or sand or the ocean water, also boosts your immune system.
Yeah, we have to take off the rubber shoes every once in a rubber soled shoes,
Yeah,
all the sneakers and, all of that stuff, and let our feet touch the surface of the earth because the earth's energy we're like an antenna
we are. Oh, for
and
sure.
we receive the earth's energy and it helps our whole body because it's all about our energy field and the energy field of the planet is in perfect harmony. We're not in perfect harmony with electromagnetic fields from electronic equipment,
Yes.
but we are in perfect harmony with the Earth's energy. And, just to sit on the grass and take your shoes off and put your feet on the grass is, really medicinal.
Yeah. So our next question is, who or what inspires you?
Well, the great um, wisdom thinkers,
Mm-hmm.
Buddhist wisdom inspires me
Mm-hmm.
to try and, be better than I am. Uh, and um, I guess the art, fine art inspires me. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
looking at fine art, and
I know you're a museum lover, especially when you're
I
here in
am. I
Paris.
miss it so much.
You
And
were supposed to be here right now, actually.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. We're so sad. I mean, we were going to a big gay wedding at the Musée Rodin.
And
And
that, how inspiring is that place, with
I
those
know, it's
gorgeous
so
statues.
glorious.
Yeah,
Just to be in the
yeah,
garden is a
yeah,
treat.
yeah.
So, I mean, ancient wisdom is very inspiring, and art is very inspiring, and kindness inspires me to try and be more, a
Mm.
reminder to be kind too.
I love that. You're the first person to have said that. Kindness inspires you. I'm going to keep that for myself. I really like that. No, it's true. I've heard you're my seventh guest, and I've had some really wonderful responses, and that one really, really, really touched me.
Ah,
Um, so I am a student of A Course in Miracles, of a book called A Course in Miracles, and the book talks about fear and love, it being the only real two emotions in the world. Everything can be boiled down to either or. And I like to ask people, what is fear to you, and what is love to you?
well, you know, for me, I think fear is being alone and
Mm,
not not safe.
mm,
Not being safe, feeling
mm,
safe is
yeah.
fear for me.
Mm.
And
I understand that feeling, Fran. I experienced that here. I was by myself, and I understand that. I really do get that fear of I'm here all by myself.
I was a victim of a violent crime, so
Yes,
it's something that never evaporates from you
mm-hmm.
completely.
Sure.
Uh, you manage and you
Mm.
go on with your life. And I live, on my own for the most part with a now big dog, which is
Yeah.
great. There was something scurrying across my roof last night. It might have been a raccoon.
Uh-huh.
And she was on the bed with me, Angel Grace, and she didn't even flinch. So I felt good about, like I was reassured.
Yeah, she
Uh,
she's got you. She's got you.
yeah, I didn't feel, I mean, I momentarily felt some fear, but then
Uh-huh.
I calmed down because I have this big dog who's very protective and
Mm.
very excellent hearing. So
Samson
she,
was pretty protective too. He was tough.
yes, he was totally protective, but he was a small dog. So it's like, now what? Whereas she's much more imposing.
Yeah.
So
And
I
so
think
now,
that most of my fears boil down to feeling like I'm not being taken care of somehow.
mm, and now what's the opposite to you? What is love?
Well, love is giving its kindness and
Mm,
compassion. Um, un- it's, I think it's appreciating. Um, I think it's just coming down to respecting all things great and small, having
mm.
compassion for all things. Like, I don't even, kill ants. And I feel so guilty when accidentally one will go down the drain and I didn't notice it, rescue it before I turned the tap on. And, I mean, it's
God, I
horrible
love you. You're so
carry
wonderful.
when you carry that burden because, I mean, but they do, you see them, I mean, they're meat eaters, they're water drinkers, they feel fear.
Sure.
They
They're sentient
congregate,
beings.
communicate with each other.
Yeah.
They're their own universe. And just because they're smaller than us doesn't mean that they're insignificant in any way. They're very
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah. Well, and that's part of, getting back to what we were talking about in the beginning, being a shepherd to this planet, because they provide something to another animal, that provides something to another ecosystem, that is part of the whole. We are
And when you
all
go on
connected.
safari, you see that. Because I once marveled at the fact that, the land is clean. It's even clean of poop. It's clean
Really?
of carcasses. It's clean of bones for the most part. And it's
Wow.
like it's because there's something alive out there that takes its turn to get at everything
Hmm.
and it all gets eaten.
Yeah.
But that's why we have to be very mindful not to interfere with the natural order of things. And I think we do that too often. And some countries are more guilty of it than others.
Yeah.
And that's why we're dealing with this virus now, because,
I agree. I agree.
when animals are traumatized, taken from their natural habitat, trafficked to places
Oh,
to
yes.
be sold or killed,
Yes.
no good comes from that. And
Yeah.
also industrial farm foods, which maybe, I don't know what the situation is like at this point in France, how their farming is. I hope it's better than here in the United
It
States,
is.
but
Yeah, it is.
I go to great lengths to try and find local organic farmers that raise livestock as well as produce
Mm.
the old fashioned way and out in pastures and fresh air and sunshine, because there's really no reason to eat an animal unless that animal is eating a great deal of very
Yeah,
nutrient rich soil
I
while
agree. And also
so
that energy of their life. I believe that energy of their life lived carries on within, what we eat. So if they're suffering for some reason, I feel like I'm eating that sufferance.
yeah, you are what you eat,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you are what your eating's eating.
yeah.
Here
Yeah,
the factory farmed animals, I would never touch it. I want to see it go out of business.
yeah, I would love to see
It's
that
just
too.
the worst thing.
Yeah.
And they're living Dickensian lives. They're slaves, and then they're killed.
Yes, they are slaves. Yes. So our
Horrible.
last question is, what are your current spiritual practices?
I'm a Buddhist, or as you may, wait, let me just, I don't think it's, yeah. Oh, okay. We got to fix this. It's supposed to open up to accommodate not just a sideways thing, I don't think, but anyway. Um, I'm a Buju. I follow
A
Buddhist
boot.
wisdom.
That is the first time I've ever heard that.
Good. Well, there's a lot of
Okay.
firsts today for you with me,
I
and I
love
like
it.
being
Buju.
original. My assistant's rolling her eyes because she's heard this before.
I have never heard it, and I have been with you many times, and I've never heard it. I love
Okay.
it.
Well, it's a philosophy that can complement any religion if you practice a certain religion, but it's just a reminder to be present,
Hmm.
and to know that everyone and everything around us is here for a purpose and a limited time, as
Yes.
are we.
Yes. Yeah.
And, there really isn't a moment to lose or
Yes.
waste.
Yes, and I of what I know about Buddhism, I have read things, but I have never gone deep into it. I know that, nothing is permanent. That is one of the major, cornerstones, that everything is transient, and it comes
Well,
and
that,
goes.
that is true, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that. I'm sure that if you read some Buddhist wisdom. Like I just do a daily offering. I don't even get
Hmm.
every day. I just read a daily offering, and for me, it's more than enough. It's a whole big book,
Yeah. Yeah, for
and
sure.
when I'm done turning the pages, I start at the beginning again. And very often, what I'm reading that day helps me in that day.
Isn't that a fascinating how that works out?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's like I say God, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Allah, whoever you believe in, it's like they need that today. Let's give them
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
it's really
yeah.
magical. Well,
So,
Fran,
I was just going to say that you may see
please.
a lot of overlap even with A Course in Miracles.
Yeah, I do see that. I've done the 10-day silent meditation retreat, the Vipassana meditation retreat that's Buddhist, and it's 10 days in complete silence and you live like a monk. That's tough. It's tough.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, it's really tough. But what I do love about Buddhism is
I'll
that
try 10 minutes first.
no, I cried day 2 and day 7, like full on waterworks. I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I do this? But I survived, and I've done it twice. So I've done 20 days in silence, like, and no
Wow.
eye contact, no reading, no writing, no exercise. It's 10 hours a day of meditation for 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not
Do you
playing.
take walks and
Yes, you can
walks?
take a walk. Yeah, you can take a walk. Yeah, I did it up in
And you eat
Massachusetts in
by
the
yourself
Berkshires.
or you eat with other people in silence?
You eat with other people in silence, but you don't make eye contact.
No, pass the salt.
No. And what's fascinating on
Hey,
the
buddy.
11th, yeah, on the 11th day, you get to talk to the people, and your mind creates characters for these people, like, oh, this guy is a farmer and this guy is this. And I remember this one guy looked like Santa Claus. I'm like, he's so Santa Claus. And then when I got to talk to him, he's like a Harley Davidson guy that like travels all over America in
Oh,
leather. Yeah,
wow.
it's really fascinating. It's how we our minds work, and how we presume things. And then when you
Right.
really get to know the person, it's something totally, totally different.
Well, I think it's sweet that you were projecting Santa Claus onto him.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Do you know when you're going to come back to Paris, Fran?
I swear to you, I was looking just last night
Uh-huh.
on one of those uh, rental apartment places just
Uh-huh.
to, wet my whistle. But I have no idea. I don't know what, the plan is. You keep showing me
Yeah.
pictures of empty streets.
Yeah. Well, they're
So,
they're 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 coming out little by little, little by little. And I
well,
know.
I am too. I mean, I'm creeping out of my, cave here. And I mean, honestly, before I get to
Mhm.
Paris, I'd like to go to a restaurant. I so
No.
miss going to restaurants.
Me
And I
too.
read somewhere that they're thinking about like those that have parking lots, no parking, just tables outside.
Okay.
So, they could social distance. And then I saw in the news yesterday that they had these huge, like, tubes on wheels, and you had to get into the tube. And your tube and somebody else's tube gives you your 6 feet of social distancing. So you have like a ledge, you can put your glass on it, and you walk around, roll around with these huge tubes on. Oh my God. The world has gone mad, mad.
I just want to hug, really,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of hugs in months. It's not
Me
healthy.
too. Yeah.
It is definitely not healthy.
I agree. I think it's not healthy. And
Yeah, no, I
we
think that, it's like if you've been quarantined for 2 months and you're not sick, then okay. Now
I agree
figure
with you.
out
Yeah.
how to re enter the world um, responsibly. But get out there, start
Yeah,
walking, get sun, be with friends, laugh. I mean, enjoy yourself.
for sure.
Start
And I
enjoying
think
yourself.
I think we also need to be out in the world because we need to touch things. We need to build up our immune system by touching things, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of our doctors, who was doctor number one, Zach Bush on Corona
Hmm.
Care Sphere, he said, you need to hug at least 7 people a day to just fortify
Oh
your
God.
body with all the microbiome of everywhere else. Never
Yeah.
stay in one
I wish I
microbiome
had
for very
7 hugs
long,
a
he
day.
says. I know. It'll
I wish I
happen.
had them. Yeah, yeah.
It'll
And I'm a
happen.
hugger, you know. I'm a hugger and a
But
kisser.
if we don't change the way the food stuff,
Yeah,
then we won't have learned anything from this experience.
I
And I
agree. I
just fear
agree.
that, greed is the systemic malignancy of all the woes of the
Yeah.
world.
Oh, yes.
And when, you make decisions that are profitable at the expense of all things of true value,
Yes. Yeah.
we're living in like sociopathic times.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think what you said about greed is the absolute truth. It has blinded people to the real truth of what needs to be done on this planet, and
Yep.
it is blinding the world. And I think it's really I really really want to say to everybody to check out cancerschmancer.org and the Corona Care, because what Fran is putting out there in the world is so needed. Not many people are doing that. Please turn off CNN and watch her interview these fabulous doctors.
Yeah, I mean, just take a little break and get some other perspectives. This is a time of fear and confusion, and
Mm,
we're just trying to level the playing field with a little truth and motivation. And you're not helpless, you're not hopeless. There are things that you can be doing. You
yeah.
can see this as an opportunity.
Amen. Yes, it
And
absolutely
I
is.
hope that that's what happens. But I just
It's
don't,
my great wish that that
yeah,
happens.
me
Yeah.
too. It's
It is
my
my really
prayer
great
too.
wish. Yeah.
See it as an opportunity and let's change. But you don't see that being talked about on national broadcast,
Yeah.
so then it makes me think that, I don't know. I don't know.
I have a feeling, I don't know what you're feeling, but I have a feeling that underneath all of this, that people are asking themselves some deep questions. How did we get here? What is happening? And I think the questioning is one of the first things, and then that leads to awareness, and then that leads to change.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't know. I get a lot of, but, I was also told that it only takes like 10% of the population to initiate a paradigm shift.
Well, like it was always grassroots. The suffrage movement was grassroots, civil rights was grassroots. It's never the whole. It's always a
It's
small
usually not
few. Yeah,
top down, but bottom up.
absolutely,
The
absolutely. And
French Revolution.
yes, yes. And I think you are leading a revolution, and I'm so proud of you, and I think it's should be applauded.
Thank
Fran,
you.
I'm gonna let you go. Thank you
Okay.
so
Love
much.
you.
I
Thank you
love
so
you
much.
so much.
Keep on dancing. You're a bright light.
Oh, thank you so much, Fran. Everybody, please check out cancerschmancer.org and watch Corona Care. And I'm sure you guys are already following Fran on Instagram, but please follow her. I can't wait to
Official
see you.
Fran Drescher.
Yes, official Fran Drescher. And I can't wait to see you and give you a real
Me
hug
too.
in real life.
Mwah,
Yeah,
mwah,
I
mwah.
love you. Bye-bye,
Au
sweetheart.
revoir. À tout à
Ciao.
l'heure.
Au
Bye.
revoir.